Everybody remembers what happened at the 2023 Cincinnati convention between these two teams, right? How many points did they score? Are they still scoring? Is that what happened? A $50 super chat from Shravan Prasad. Convention 2024 hype. So happy to be here. Thanks to Cam and everyone who put this amazing annual event together. Thank you, Mr. Prasad. He did outdo everybody. Not trying, he did. Everybody out there in YouTube land, if you're watching the Convention Red Zone stream, you'll see Minnesota and Indy exclusive first for a little while. We will have all three games and alternating audio while we have a simulcast. So enjoy the bonus stream, and let's go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to week 1 of season 23 of the Simulation Football League. SFL Madness continues here as we come to you live from the Snake Pit here in Indianapolis, where the Ramblers host the visiting Minnesota Legends. We'll be able to take our first look at these teams who both have had very busy off seasons, especially for Indy. I am your play-by-play host, Mark Lopez, and my analyst today is the ultra-intelligent and charming Anthony Allison. How's it going, Anthony?
Oh, I am excited. We are back. The SFL is back. It is week 1, so we don't even know what's going to happen. Everybody has made a lot of off-season changes. Welcome to the rookies of the league, too. So they're trying to get used to the team, used to how they run things here. So I'm just excited to be back. Welcome back. Let's have a good game.
Well, we're both locked and loaded here in the booth, myself and Anthony. If you're in the SFL convention, strap yourselves in because it's going to get crazy tonight. Indy will kick the ball off first to Minnesota, and we're going to begin this game. Fielded around the 10-yard marker. Brought all the way to the 31-yard line. Good start for Minnesota as Squagman, the official returner for this game, brings it up all the way there. We're going to take a first look at Minnesota's offense, who, Anthony, for the most part, they've remained mostly unchanged.
Yeah, you want to keep your core nucleus around, especially when you had a successful season like you did last year. You just want to add a few pieces, but not really change a lot, because if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. We'll see what Minnesota will bring to the table on the first play. It's a pitch to the left side here. A nice 4-yard pickup. That was number 23, Colin Hart, back with Minnesota in the halfback position. Johnny Reno, the quarterback. Isaac Knox back again, also in the halfback position, just behind Colin Hart in the depth chart. Robert Henson Jr., your fullback. Wide receivers, Quack Deezer, Powell, Tida Clean, Jay Taylor, and E.J. Minson. As for the second play of this drive, goes for no yards. This time Knox with the carry this time.
Yeah, and already we're in the third and medium situation right here. You know you have to pass the ball. Indianapolis, I will be setting up in your nickel coverage right here. Play as much as you can. Protect that first down marker. Give up anything underneath, but nothing over the top.
Might even be in their dime position right now. Single linebacker out there in the middle. Deep step back by Reno. Looking deep and will be sacked. What a first defensive showing by Indy as they bring down the superstar quarterback.
And this is something that we might see during the season. They show 4 in the front, and they drop back one of the defensive coverage right there. What that did was that's confused the offensive alignment, passing alignment right there. So then they didn't pass off to the right person, and that was just an easy sack right there. Good job by Indianapolis coming out there and producing a 3-and-out on the first drive of the season.
Welcome to Indy, Saron Yates IV, who they brought in during the offseason from Baltimore, signing him to a $950K contract. He had a flag here on the punt return, a bit of incidental contact perhaps, but they're going to say that it's against Indy. Minnesota accepted, and they're going to start all the way back in their 27-yard line. Could have been for more yards.
And this is just a simple rule of football. If you see the numbers of the back of the uniform, do not touch them. You can't, because that's going to be called 100% of the time right there. So instead of having decent field position, now you're pushed back inside of the 20 right here. If I'm in Minnesota, I'm going after them. I'm sending as much pressure as I can.
Now, Indy offense out on the field right now. Home team, first look at their offense. First play is going to be a handoff to their halfback, Charlie Baker. Charlie Baker picking up from Fort Worth with his first carry for this team. Formerly a wide receiver, slotted now in the halfback. Indy, very excited to see how Charlie Baker will produce for their team. They line up in the heavy set now, split back formation. It'll be a draw play here, but read well by the Minnesota defense. The handoff to number 27 goes for about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, and you said Charlie Baker coming over from the wide receivers in position. They probably saw something that has more speed and agility that they wanted in the backfield, so they brought him over from Fort Worth to see what he can do.
Johnny Pickler as well, new quarterback for Indy, now the new captain of the team from San Diego, will throw for the third down completion, but no, it is incomplete. He was trying to look for Ryan Roosevelt, but that is well defended by the secondary of Minnesota. And it's another third down, this time by Indy, that goes nowhere.
And we want to see the communication. This is a new quarterback. This is a new receiver combination. You had the offseason to practice the chemistry, but it's going to be very important right there. That was just a little bit offline, but let's see if they can make adjustments.
Well, the Minnesota defense did a good job in that opening drive, giving the ball back to Reno and company. So now it's Indy's defense who will roll out. The defense of Indy includes Mac Dre, Robert Cherry, and Saron Yates IV in front. Their linebackers Adam Weissman, Kenneth Gaston Jr., Thomas Matthews, and Telemex Scarborough. Cornerbacks Jermaine Manafield, Rick Evans, Anthony Waya, and Meliodas Manning. And their strong safety in Jack Russell. We'll see their first down here in their 47-yard line. Great progression thanks to that defense. It's a deep step back by Reno, looking to pass on this play, and he finds a man on a nice short post route. He finds number 17, Deezer Powell.
Deezer Powell last year had 45 receptions for 745 yards, and is more of stuff like this. But good job by Reno. Feeling the pressure on the outside, was able to shift over a little bit and just step up in the pocket. We'll call it climbing the pocket right there. Stepping up to get yourself a good window to make a good throw like that.
And as a result of the good throw, it's a first down and the opponent's 40-yard line. Almost broke a tackle. Won't be able to break the second one, as Colin Hart will be tackled for a loss there. Good stuff by the Indianapolis defense.
Yeah, and you can see they didn't make that first tackle, but I love the help defense right there. You do need to do that. These running backs are really slippery, so you want to make sure you have help in the back to complete the tackle.
Offset eye, it's going to be thrown, and what a catch. Once again, Deezer Powell, 2 targets, 2 catches, outstretched arms and hauled it in.
And we said when we talked about Indianapolis about having connections and chemistry, you see it on the opposite side with Minnesota. You can tell they've been playing, that they have that chemistry. They had a good offseason right there. They know that ball needs to get out really quickly, because you're going to take a hit, and they just know where to be ready to catch the ball at.
So they find themselves first down and 10 inside the 30-yard line of Indy. Pushing the pace here. It's going to be a handoff that's going to go nowhere to Colin Hart. Colin Hart not too productive yet tonight. The rest of the Minnesota offense, Rob Hunt, Xavier Knight, Ryan Roosevelt, and Rego Dinero are the wide receivers. And on their offensive line, they have Jamarcus Candy, Chad Rowland, Jimmy Hayes, Hadrian Marlowe, Johnny Van Man, and Anthony Anderson. Swing pass to number 22 here. That goes for, let's just say, they're saying, Anthony, it's a 1-yard loss.
It looks like they couldn't get out of the backfield right there. Setting up a 3rd and long situation. Once again, last time Indianapolis sent the fake blitz and had more coverage in the backfield, but that defensive lineman had the containment and got a sack.
Deezer Powell in motion. Deezer Powell with 2 great catches earlier on. A fake handoff. Thrown to, is that Deezer Powell? Yes, it is. 3 for 3. What a night already by Mr. Powell.
And we're already seeing what is going to be of this game right here. Is passing it to Powell over the middle, keeping up with that same connection from last year right there. That time, Indianapolis played that same type of defense when they backed one off the line. That time, the offensive line made a great adjustment to be able to contain those blocks.
First down here. Ball's going to be given once again to Knox. And it's going to go for a 3-yard loss. So 2nd and 13. These are Powell, 3 for 3 catches. Single back formation here in 2nd down. They might look to pass here, Anthony. It is going to be a short step back. Thrown in the middle, and it's intercepted. Thrown directly into the hands of the defender. That's Jack Russell with the first interception of the evening.
And it was the same route that Diesel Powell had 3 catches on right there. That's that skinny post.
Ooh.
Here's the problem. That wasn't Diesel Powell right there. That was T Queen. And she just ran it a little bit more further and didn't break it. And right there, the safety was ready for it. So good job making that mental change, realizing that they liked that throw right there and got a big interception. Now let's see what Indianapolis can do.
They flipped the field in an instant as Minnesota's momentum had them poised to score, but instead Indy with the ball back in their hands. First place, a fake handoff. Oh no, he's gonna run with it. Pickler tried to make magic happen there, but will be sacked. Well, considered a sack here because it's a tackle on your quarterback for a loss. So now it's 2nd and 11.
And we have seen over the years, these defensive linemen are getting faster and stronger. Right there, to be able to break off of your blocking assignment to go get a quarterback that was going to get some positive yards right there. We're just seeing a change of the guard when it comes to the defense and offensive linemen.
Short step back, short pass down the middle is complete. Pickler with his first completion of the evening. He's going to find Rob Hunt for that first play, or for that first catch of the game. So 3rd and 3 now. Short field short down situation. It's going to be a late handoff, and that's going to be complete for the 3rd down conversion. And what a play by Charlie Baker, we're going to be keeping our eyes on this player all night.
To make that run successful, you got to have a pass, and that's what they had before. It was a good pass, so that was just a nice little quarterback draw handoff, little delay handoff right there for a good run.
Throw by Pickler will be thrown into coverage, so that's deflected. So 2nd down, black for Minnesota's defense. So I'll actually introduce you to the Minnesota defense. Their defensive ends, Angela Meerkat and Mark Mello. Defensive tackles, Chloe Meerkat and Max Knight. Linebackers are Matthew Alvarado, Stephen Black, part of that defensive play earlier, and Jason Clay. We'll continue that after this play as Pickler throws to the middle of the field once again after a short step back, and that's going to go to coverage once again.
And we're coming up here on 3rd and 10. You don't want to stall the job. You just got a turnover right here. So you want to get a first down. It's really important for Indianapolis. You don't want to give the ball back to Minnesota, which was driving really well.
They're in their bunch formation here. Pickler, many options with his left, will throw down the middle. And Minnesota's defense blanketing that middle of the field with a bunch of pretty much man coverage there, it looks like, Anthony.
Yeah, and they ran man coverage right there, and that could be really dangerous because when you do a bunch formation and you do multiple routes together, that could confuse the defense. But Minnesota was ready for it. They got a big third down stop after giving up a turnover.
Ball will be punted back to Indy. Second punt, or I guess the third punt of the evening, and Minnesota is going to start in the 38-yard line. So far today, Minnesota has started in the 31, the 47, and the 38-yard line, and they have yet to put points on the board. Perhaps this is going to be the drive. 1st and 10. In split backs, with formation, they're going to move the fullback to the line, maybe run support, a pass protection extra. It's going to be thrown to the right side, and nice completion by Reno. And Anthony, guess who it is?
Yeah, it's that dude right there. So look, on this one, this is a cover 2. So you saw 35 pass it off to the corner, the safety. That safety needs to come down a lot sooner, or there's the opening if you're trying to throw the ball on the outside on the cover 2 right there. And that's exactly what they did. Besides that one turnover, they've been passing the ball really well.
This play calling has been pretty spectacular, too. Deezer Powell making the defense pay as they leave the center of the field wide open for him. He snags the grab, and it's another first down.
And like you said, this was just a beautiful throw. The awareness of that defensive player, you got to turn your head around a lot sooner so you can be able to knock that ball away. But this is the drive. This is what we saw earlier, the last drive before. It just got halted in the red zone. Let's see if they can get some points out of this one.
Ace formation. It's going to be a throw out the first play at first down. Swing pass is good for 7 yards as Charlie Baker fought for those extra yards, giving his team 2nd and 3.
And I really do like that because it's not always about throwing the ball down the field. You got to look through your progressions right here. Realize that the check down running back is open right there. There's nothing wrong with getting that. That gets you 5 to 7 yards if you make the right read.
It's going to be a pitch out to the left side. That's not going to go for much yards. Only a 1-yard gain. I believe that was the fullback, Robert Hansen Jr., with a fullback toss play for only 1 yard. So it's 3rd and 2 here. They might line up for a run play and force this down the throat of the Indy defense. It looks like that is the case. Indy lining up with 8 in the box. Handoff to Baker, trying to push the line. No! Indy able to hold on and force a 4th and 1.
And here's my problem with that. So you saw the box. The box is between the linebackers and the quarterback. You saw that they had more than the other one. They were just setting up for the run. You have to be aware of that and check out of that. It's not that's exactly what they're going to have. They're going to stop the run.
Minnesota will generate 3 extra points from this drive. So what a first quarter we've had so far, at least defensively. Minnesota showing that so far their offense is the one that's clicking on all cylinders, but Indy able to hang on and only force a field goal. With 37 seconds left in the first quarter, Minnesota up 3-0.
And this is what we expected. It's the first game of the season. You don't have a lot of tape. You just have to go off of the film that you had from last season. So this is going to be a chess matchup. This was going to be a defensive game. This is the first game of the season. So you're trying to get the feel of each other out there. Let's see what they can do. Right now, you got a quarter in. Let's see who makes the adjustment better.
And the outback on the field, this time 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff goes for about 1 yard as the Minnesota line held strong and just pinched the middle. We have here 2nd and 9 now as the first quarter is about to come to a close. This might be the last play of the first quarter. Split back formation once again with 3 wideouts. It's going to go for no gain as Minnesota reads the run well and will tackle it for no gain. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first quarter. Ladies and folks, in the convention has been a very defensive front by both teams, but it's nonetheless going to be Indy with the ball. How do you like that last play, Anthony?
It is what we're seeing. The running game has been a problem for both teams right there. So it's going to be about throughout the second half who can run the ball enough to open up your passing game.
They're going to start here with now only one back in the backfield as Pickler will throw downfield and finally finds a nice downfield pass. Ryan Roosevelt saying, hey, I see you over there, Powell. I too have the number 17 and I too have some good hands here.
Yeah, and once again, so that's how you, once again, it's the cover 2 defense. You know, you want to split the safeties, but here's the thing, though. You have to be aware of where the safeties are, and you might want to cut the route off to make that catch right there because that safety is going to hit you.
So 1st and 10, they've now moved forward to their 39-yard line. They're going to start with a handoff here, but great read here by the line. Actually, that's number 45 for Minnesota, the inside linebacker, Matthew Alvarado, with a nice tackle for no gain.
So you want to get some type of positive yards on the second down right here because you don't want to put yourself in a 3rd and long because all the defense is going to do is just pin their ear back and go after the quarterback.
Here's another handoff. His tail up. Oh, goodness me. Charlie Baker with the concentration to stay up, but the Minnesota as well able to read the broken tackle and collapse on him. It's a 2-yard gain.
And once again, great job knowing these running backs want to break tackles. They got more defensive players coming at them.
3rd and long. Pickler gonna use his legs to get a first down, but he's short. He was very close. Gutsy play by him, but he read the opening there, Anthony.
And that's a good job right there. It was out the pocket, realized that there was a coverage sack. It looks like this is a good call right here because this was really close. What we're going to look for in the replay is where the nose of the football was compared to that first down marker. But going back to the play, I like it because you got to keep the defense honest right there, realizing that there was nobody within 8 yards of them and made a good run. The next time, you might want to just fall forward right there. Good job by number 28 to make a good, secure tackle. Kids, if you're watching this at home, that's how you wrap up right there. Put your head there and tackle.
It'll be a ruling that stands on the field, so Indy will lose one of their timeouts. The replay actually was a good angle there. It was Nicholas Frossel on the tackle who prevented the potential 3rd down conversion, instead forcing a punt out of Indy. So Indy, despite gaining a first down, will once again punt it back. So now this makes their 4th unproductive drive and Minnesota's 4th opportunity out on the field. Oh, and this bounce will be not that friendly for Indy.
Yeah, that was really close right there. But once again, great defensive stops on both sides of the team. This is the score. This is exactly what I had in mind when it comes to the first half right here. You're trying to see what is working for your offense, but you know your defense is going to be there to back you up.
Minnesota back in their twins formation. The wideouts on the right side in their 20-yard line. We'll start with a handoff here. That's going to go for about 2 yards as the Indy defense able to collapse on him. So 2nd and 8 now. We have 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Reno with 2 backs in the backfield is going to pitch it out here to the fullback. Robert Tenson Jr. gets a nice about 5-yard pickup here. 3rd and 3 for Minnesota.
You really are trying to focus on getting this first down right here. I expect Indianapolis to bring a little pressure. Looks like they're setting up in a running formation there. Let's see what offensive line is going to do.
And they do well. As Baker or it's not Baker, Colin Hart able to break one tackle, and that frees him up for many yards, and they're now in the opposing side of the field.
And there was nothing special about that run. That is just smash mouth football. The tackle had the assignment to kick out that defensive end. The running back saw the opening and then created extra yardage by breaking the tackle in the second level, but it was already a first down right there. I love those type of runs.
Robert Henson credit as well for a nice block. But here, once again, thrown downfield to the middle of the field. It feels like it's going to be a Deezer Powell kind of night, Anthony.
Yeah, and you know what? That's okay. Because, Indianapolis has to make that adjustment. Already has 5 to 6 catches in the first half alone, on pace to have over 10 catches for the game. Put an extra person in spy him. Double team him if you need to. Make that quarterback use the other receiving options.
Reno is going to roll out for the first time tonight. It's going to be for a short gain, a 6-yard completion to looks like his tight end and Jason France. So Jason France picking up his first catch of the season for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a big catch right there because right now they only had one other completion to another receiver. So you need somebody else to step up to help out the team.
Here's our Hart with a nice run on the outside in between the tackle and tight end, picking up a first down again.
So where they got the first down at, they just flipped it to the left side right there. Good job by that left tackle, left guard. Just nose to nose, helmet to helmet football. Was able to kick out, and I love the patience of the running back, waiting for the hole to open up to find daylight.
This time to Isaac Knox out of the ace formation, but without a lead blocker, it's going to be hard for him to get away from those tacklers.
Yeah, and they sent some pressure. They realized that, hey, they beat us on those off-tackle runs, so let's send a little more pressure right there. Now, this is the chess game, so what is Minneapolis going to do now?
3 wideouts and a tight end here. Reno, short step back, tried to throw down the middle, but couldn't find the connection with Jason France. Actually, that was more either a drop or just a miss, but that was definitely not the connection.
I'm not mad about that. That was a quick pass right there, trying to catch the defense off guard before they can settle into their defense there, but it's going to leave you with 3rd and 12. And this is when Indianapolis loves to try to do some exotic blitzes.
Well, there's the pressure coming from the line, but picked up eventually and finds his man. What a way to get your touchdown. It's Jay Taylor for 6.
And what caused that to happen? Really simple. Time in the pocket. And not just the offensive line who did a phenomenal job to block it. That quarterback moved in the pocket, never lost composure, and just looked for the open man. When they did those zone blitz, that exotic blitz, something was going to be open, but you needed time. And that's exactly what they gave him, was time. I love the movement in the pocket, and I love the pickup of the blitz right there. First touchdown of the season.
For Minnesota, that is their first touchdown of the season. Their lead extends to 10 points. And what an incredible drive. I'm sure Minnesota fans and the convention are all excited. In defense in the convention, hope is still not lost because we still have a long game to go. It's only the second quarter with 5 minutes to go. As the ball will be kicked off here, fielded at the 1-yard line. Will be brought back. One broken tackle. We got something going here. 2 broken tackles. She's gonna be brought down all the way to the 32-yard line, but that could have been for way more. Looked like a dangerous return there. Yeah,
turn nothing into something right there, and I love it. Broken to the outside after breaking that tackle. Good job by the team, the special team for the block right there. It's almost a big game.
That's how you get your developmental team players with some contribution. That was Xavier Knight, one of their dev team players, on return, putting themselves up in very good field position here and the 32-yard line. They start on the offset eye here. 2 wideouts on the left. He's going to run to the left. Charlie Baker will be able to pick up 4 as he muscles through 1 defender.
All right, so this is what you need to do now. So you got a good kickoff. You want to get positive yardage. It doesn't always need to be like big gains. 3-4 yards a run, that gets you the first down. But you just want to get yourself positive yardage.
Big handoff. Nice dump off to the middle as number 11, Rob Hunt, climbs the ladder to pick that one up. They say it's the first down, but a good play calling by this Indy offense.
Yeah, good play action pass right there. Almost a sack. I love that the quarterback stayed down the barrel right there, knowing that you're going to take a hit and still deliver a great strike.
Now they're in their eye spread formation. Another short step back. A nice short slant route picked up once again by Rob Hunt with 2 back-to-back catches. He's starting to heat up.
Quick pass right there. It's a 3-step drop. You just want to get it out your hands quickly before the defense can make it wear. They threw it right behind that linebacker that was a little bit too close to the line of scrimmage. So that's just an easy throw right there. This is what I'm talking about. You don't need big yardage, just enough to get you a first down and keep the clock going on your side.
So now another first down. Trying to look deep. He will find his man, Johnny Pickler, with a huge throw. Welcome to Indy, Johnny Pickler. He finds Rico De Niro, the other new pickup by Indy. So new faces making new connections in a huge way. What a play by Indy.
Back shoulder throw right there. It looks like number 21, David Leathers, who had interceptions last year, was looking for the first one of the season. You got to stay focused on the ball right there. And good job by the receiver to concentrate, to be able to catch that ball, even though it looked like it was going to be danger.
Flood back, the spread formation once again. Pickler will hand this ball off to Baker. Baker will pick up only 1 yard. So it's been kind of hit or miss for Baker.
July 2024 convention and the inaugural week of the SFL Season 23 continues here at Bank Michigan Stadium in Detroit, Michigan. 2 teams with somewhat new identities in different ways. The Bossier City Steamers,
Defensive picked up and great throw by Pickler. He's going to find who else but number 11, Rob Hunt, for the touchdown.
And after a somewhat slow first quarter, we have picked it up in this second quarter right here. This is just a sprint out to the left side. You bring in another blocker to protect it. They give you time. There was only one route on that side, which was a drag route to the outside. Great throw and great catch. Get yourself on the board. They get Indianapolis their first touchdown of the season.
And that was either David Leathers or the free safety Adrian Blaine on that coverage against Rob Hunt. But, you know, they were sticking close to Rob Hunt, but unfortunately, Rob Hunt was underneath them, and that's all it takes for your wide receiver to secure the touchdown.
it's an opportunity for both teams to start writing a new chapter in their script. It will be a kickoff opening. That's for the artillery. Got to get this uniform concept under wraps, and it's the V8s who will start off with possession through King Alexander. And as you
Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. First play of this drive by Reno. It's going to be a throw. His open pass. Green space. He has everything. The 20, the 10. Touchdown. One play, one shot, one kill. That's going to be the breakaway play of the game, brought to you by Breaks GPT. Sports memorabilia breakers and collectors. You never know who's going to get autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. But look at Deezer Powell. He breaks away from the defenders for that 6 points.
That's the type of pass that make your microphone break up. I can't believe it. You're the only coverage in the backfield and you went for the interception. That is something that you have to live with. You're either going to get the interception or you're going to give up the touchdown. I would not have done that. You got to knock it down. Get those big paws and knock it down right there. Look, you just gave up the touchdown when you're the only line of defense right there. Great throw, great concentration, great catch right there. This is what we wanted in the first game between these two.
a good early test for King Jackson. You know, he struggled a bit on third down last season. Not always making the best reads. He threw a lot of interceptions last season. We'll see what it puts together here.
He's got 3 receivers to throw to here. Throws one downfield. That's picked one-handed as well. Bob Funk straight away gets the turnover and not the result that they were after. In fact, it's Pink Lisa coming over. One of those members from the former San Diego Mavericks in that dime spot there. Athletic interception from number 24. And as you just mentioned, with King Jackson making some poor reads on third down, has already made one, and they pay the ultimate price. Bossier City now will start in Motor City territory.
I didn't mean to jinx you, I swear, King Jackson.
Fennec will drop back on a first down, sends it downfield, caught. Vincalia already injected into the contest. He, one of a few players that crossed over from that Alamo City roster last season. He gets a big first down to start the game off for the Steamers.
Yeah, Vincalia was an all-star last season, and you can see why. He's just really good at getting in position to make the catch. You know, that was a risky pass, but it paid off. Ace Finnick, just one of the best in the league at making those kinds of throws.
Throw set with a split backfield. On a fresh set of downs here, handoff up the middle. Hunter McWaffle, the only running back on the depth chart for the Steamers, and the rest
They're going to bring some pressure on the outside right here. They got momentum right now, and they're looking for a turnover.
Here's a bunch of formation earlier. This did not go well, but Pickler rolling out. Pickler roll, using his legs. Is he going to get there? It's so close.
Both tight ends here on this set. Fennec drops back. Pressure was there. Heaves it downfield, looking at the end zone. Williams was there, or Blue rather, was the deep route on that occasion. Couldn't quite find a good coverage in the end to save the day.
Yeah, that was a good breakup by Todd Rigsby, who really saved a touchdown there. Garrison Blue had a little bit of a step, but Rigsby closed that gap really fast, and that was a good pass breakup to save a touchdown.
So now an opportunity for the V8s to respond here on third down after their offense turned it over on the opening possession. Get an early stop of their own. Short drop back from Fennec. Again, waits in the pocket. Another end zone shot. This time he connects. And Callier is 2 for 2 in the game so far, one of which is a 6-pointer.
Callier making moves in traffic, getting his mitts up and pulling in the ball. 2 really impressive catches on this drive. 2 risky throws by Ace Finnick, but listen, when you've got Vin Callier, he just says, go get it. And he's gotten it both times that time.
It's a zone play here by the defense. Reno, short step back, throw it down the middle. That's good. A 7-yard pickup. They're going to play it slow here. That was a throw to number 80, Jay Taylor. Last season had 54 receptions, 816 yards for the team. And tonight, Reno is exceptional, 12 for 14. 2nd and 3 for Reno and company. He lines up in the heavy set. In the backfield is Colin Hart. He will get the handoff. Colin Hart will get tackled to 0-yard gain. Great tackle by Gaston Jr.
Was really, really impressive in the minors. Did not have a great season in his rookie year. You want to see that turn around this year. Not a great start, but wow, we're early in the season. A lot can be done.
Sutherland to return it up, and now he's got another good return. Still going outside, Johan Sutherland trying to get it up over halfway. Breaks a final tackle. Sutherland won't be caught. Inside the 20. What a response from the V8s. And Johan Sutherland takes it all the way to the house.
That is a way to take pressure off of your quarterback. Just take it in your own hands. Sutherland had a great first return, and that second one was even more impressive. Breaking a couple tackles on the way to break away to put Motor City on the board. They've got a chance to tie it up in just a second. And that's how you answer. What a huge response by Motor City.
Well, this game took a shift very, very quickly.
Yeah.
The V8s turned it over on the opening possession, then Bossier City converted quickly off of it. And then on the forthcoming kickoff, Johan Sutherland took it all the way.
see a conservative effort by Indy, or depending on this play. So they start here with a handoff. Baker breaking one tackle, breaking almost a second one, but a huge hit to him sends him scrambling to the ground. It's still a 7-yard pickup, and I don't think they're going to go any more aggressive than this one.
No, I wouldn't right now. You don't want to risk giving the ball back deep in your territory. So just play it safe and go in the half, and let's have some conversations.
Safe indeed. That's the last play of this first half as the handoff going nowhere. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the first half of this ball game, of this game in week 1 of the SFL. If you're in the convention right now, give us a cheer, everyone. If you're for Minnesota, give us a cheer. If you're for Indy, give us a cheer, because we have another set of games to go.
Full shutdown by Nicholas Pop-Warner after a gain of 2.
It'll be interesting to see how Speedy Gonzalez, the rookie running back, is going to be injected into this game plan, and we still really haven't seen him yet.
Gonzalez, obviously of the Bossier City Steamers SFLM team that was brought up as an undrafted free agent. That throw from Fennec fired outside is caught by B. Robo, one of those 3 wide receivers. Lots of veteran presence across this offense. Access 9 seasons, Callier 10, Robo 9 as well. Plenty of experience for Ace Fennec to throw to. He's got 2 of them on the field here on this play. Drops back, good blocking up front by the line. He's got a whole year to throw, and he can't convert downfield. Another deep look for Callier downfield, but that one was broken up.
Definitely a why not play by Ace Fennec there. Hey, just throw it up, see if Callier can come down with it again. That time it was well defended downfield, and we're going to see our first punt of the game.
This to come from the boot of Danny Dimes in his 3rd season. It's going to be fielded with short yardage. This time they make sure that Sutherland doesn't have any room to operate in. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your play today by joining our Discord server at simfl.net. It's the new domain. Click the join the community button and begin your career, or just to meet the new stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. 3 wide here to start off the drive for Motor City. Jackson looking to shake the turnover off, but Dean's got some room to the outside. Only picks up 2 though. He rose up to that one nice and quickly.
Yeah, 2 good starts for both of these run defenses. Are not really allowing a whole lot of maneuvering on the outside. See if that shifts Motor City's game plan a bit.
3 wide for Jackson. He drops back. Pressure was there and has found a man downfield.
Handoff here. Baker once again. Nice run down the middle. Finds an opening, but he's going to be met by a brick wall. Tackle for a 5-yard gain.
So what Indianapolis is doing is what led them to their touchdown that drive. Running the football effectively off the tackles right there, and just slowing down the Minnesota defense.
Interesting play choice here, as out of the heavy set, they go for a late handoff, faking the pass. That's going to go nowhere. Well, it's going to go for 1 yard. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4 here for Indy. They're just about at their 40-yard line here. Split backs, spread formation. Pickler will have 3 wideouts. No, he's going to get a 4th one as Rob Noble goes to the line. Rolling out by Pickler. Rolls to his left, but oh, it's a flag. We have some laundry on the field.
Yeah, that was early. Too early of a contact right there by the defensive back. You gotta wait for the ball to get closer before you're able to knock it down. You didn't let the receiver finish a route right there, and that's something that Indy needed. Keep the drive alive regardless of how you do it. You need to keep that Minnesota offense off the field.
And so far, that is what they have done this drive. Now in Minnesota's side of the field, And Minnesota's 42-yard line. 3 wideouts for Pickler here, offset eye. They've always almost run on first down, but no, Pickler will throw. It's a swing here. Baker will find the net. Oh, wide open lane on the left side. Gets the first down. Nice catch and run out of the swing pass.
So that swing pass was more like a pitch play, a toss. You pull your offensive lineman on that, and all it was about was your running back waiting for those linemen to get down the field to make those blocks. So it's just about being patient and just waiting. I love those passes right there because it's just like it's a glorified like toss to the outside.
Absolutely, and generates some good early yardage. Fortunately for that, it was tens of yardage. But here, after the handoff, it'll be a pickup of only 2 yards. As what a huge hit provided by number 21, the cornerback David Leathers, giving that tackle.
Yeah, and playing inside in the safety position right there, came up and made a great tackle. Been calling his name all night.
It's a handoff to Leathers. He's going to find barely anything. It's deep
On the outside.
Heavy single back formation here. Tight ends in motion. That's Garrison Blue. He will move out as a receiver. The handoff goes up the middle. That time McWaffle not given any luxury up the middle.
He's been trying to find Rob Hunt, but this time it'll be a secure connection. Put that in.
And what we saw right there was actually throwing to the single coverage side.
Great season last season, especially against the run.
Three-time All-Star Rodney Panani, 12 seasons, 9 of which have been with this organization. Fennec
Drop 5 is Minnesota. Pressure's on his face. Pickler, despite the pressure, will find his man to number 84, Rego De Niro. Rego, welcome to Indy. He's going to deliver 6 points to their team.
And welcome to Indy, and that's the way to do it. It all started by the great blocking and the protection by the offensive line. We saw the cut block to give the quarterback enough time to go throw it backside, throw it to your weak side, and throw a zip in between 2 defenders.
approaching halfway. Hand off to the short side, and Motor City read that one like a book. Tackle made there on the stop by Kappa Jones, the veteran inside linebacker they signed in the offseason from the Queen City Corsairs. An interesting pickup. Spent 12 seasons with the Corsairs before finally making the jump to a potential change of scenery here in Detroit. Another run up the middle out of this heavy set by McWaffle. That picks up minimal yardage. So again, the V8's run defense is strong. TJ Harper with his first tackle. The rest of that defense, Robert Thump, Lucas Gilbert, Doug Howard, and Dakota Butts on the line. Kappa Jones, King McNeely, Rodney Panani, and TJ Harper in that linebacking core. Mark Kaufman, Sammy Seatbelt, King Rashid, Todd Rigsby, and Nicholas Warner make up the secondary for Robert Thump's defense. Fennec on the outside, one-handed catch, reeled in. Dave Access for the first time tonight.
What a catch by Dave Access. One-handed, reels it in, athletic catch. Knew he was going to get hit too. Held on to it. Wow. Todd.
Well, that has been their bread and butter, and unfortunately, Indy has not been able to knife out that play with their defense.
But what they're doing with Diesel Power is they're moving them to different sides of the field. So one time he's inside, other time he's on the outside right there. But it doesn't matter. It's money where he is lining up.
Twins formation. Fennec, another throw and catch downfield. That one was a bit more comfortable. And Frank, the franchise Wade, or Garrison Blue, has a pickup of about 20 and a first down.
You're exactly right. Comfortable is a great word to use. I was thinking the same thing. Just looks so.
Here for Reno, but he's going to hand the ball off. Wow. Good play. The blocking down the middle, Anthony. There was just practically the parting of the Red Sea down there.
Season. Impressive, and he's just a great player. Make comfortable throws.
Fennec again. That time, Blue got a shot from the back. In fact, it was Callier who was targeted on that occasion, and Worth mentioning, Garrison Blue, part of this new ownership group here in Bossier City, along with Mickey Maguire. Those two had this team in the ASFL and were a part of a changeover that saw the Alamo City Artillery change hands to become the Steamers in season 23 and beyond. Fennec will
Here it
throw
is.
again, caught to the end zone. Another beautiful throw. This time finds access, so both of their outside receivers have been targeted for touchdowns, and Bossier City reclaims the lead.
Bossier City's defense, the secondary looked like it was kind of in a soft cover 2, not really covering much in the middle. Actually, let's do Risby bites a little bit and goes 2 inside. Too aggressive didn't play that.
On that play call, bringing some heat to stop that run.
So here's a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. We're looking at the first down there. And the ball is, I don't think that was it. I think the call was correct. I think it might stand.
I think the ball crossed the plane.
We'll see here. So the play does stand. Minnesota charged timeout. That retroactive look, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. So Minnesota, first drive of the half.
Another short one for Sutherland. He's got plenty of room to operate in, trying to get it to the outside one more time. Don't tell me he's going to do it again. Sutherland on the outside, still going. Johan Sutherland almost broke the last man. He
I
flipped
was
the...
there. It's not good to, and they didn't get it.
I like the analytics of going for it on 4th down where you are there, but the problem was they called the wrong play. They went towards the strong side of Indy's defense, and good job by number 35 coming from all the way from the cornerback position and making a big tackle to stop them. Indy sideline is going crazy right now, and I don't blame them.
We're gonna talk about this guy, Anthony Wyatt, who made the tackle. New pickup by Indy, signing a huge contract of $3 million with the team. Anthony Wyatt, that is one of the talks of the offseason, coming all the way from formerly the Queen City Corsairs. He's now with Indy, providing that huge tackle, forcing a 4th down turnover. So now Indy here, that first down play for 3 yards. Now 2nd and 7, it's a drop play. Sosa is going to get, 4 yards.
And you paid the big bucks for players that make big time plays like we saw there a couple plays ago. And that was just phenomenal. So let's see if there's somebody on Minnesota side that can stop and make a big play on this 3rd down.
Here comes Pickler in 3rd down. Long, deep step back. Here's the find a wide open receiver. Rob Hunt had the map with him and saw the X marks the spot. That X marks the spot is that wide open space.
We're seeing number 17 on both sides of the field just doing phenomenal stuff. Diesel Powell.
Michigan Stadium in Detroit, Michigan. V8's trying to keep their offense on the field here. Jackson drops back. Blocking was good. Downfield, couldn't quite find the man. Almost picked off.
Back with a huge sack. Number 97, Max Knight, with his first sack of the season. He had 7 sacks all of last season. That was good enough for 8 during season 22, but he's going to start strong with his first sack tonight.
I love that nice little inside rip move to get off of that lineman and get the sack right there. That's a big play. That's pushing Indy back to a long 2nd down and 16 where you're probably going to throw the football because you need 16 yards right here and you don't want to just get a 1-yard run game.
Lost. They're probably going to start around the same place that the interception would have occurred, so not a huge loss either way.
First down here for the Steamers. Short throw. That's been the money at the moment. Those short throws across the middle have been finding Callier and access with great success.
Callie is having really an amazing performance, getting his season started with a bang here. 3 catches, 63 yards, and that touchdown. Really, really nice performance for him so far.
I'll help you out, Anthony. Do some convention ventriloquism while Mark Lopez is working on his setup and system. But Indianapolis gets the field goal. They tie the game at 17. And Anthony, what a game we've had here at the Snake Pit.
It's been an absolute brilliant game, a back and forth right there. I love that Indianapolis came out in the second half with a lot of motivation, a lot of drive to keep this a good game right here.
He's going to go to the outside. It's a run for Hunter McWaffle. That gets him a bit more room. Picks up about 5 and makes third down nice and short.
I think that was Rigsby again with the stop. He's been really busy all game. We called his name a few times. Some good, some bad, but that was a good one to save a first down.
Third and 3. Potential to pass, and Fennec does so. Great blocking on the edge, and another catch. Cool as you like from Garrison Blue. It's been a competition between Blue and Callier as to who the key man in this offense is. Can't think you separate them right now, but it's to Bossier City's benefit.
So the team is their special team returners have been pretty good. Single back ace formation here. Toss on the outside is for a 6-yard pickup. And this time it's going to be for a decent pickup. Colin Hart has been pretty good so far tonight here, Anthony.
Yeah, and in this drive, you're going to see some, you got to have a lot. I would do more running right here. You want to control.
Ace Fennec just looks comfortable. We said comfortable in the first quarter. He still looks comfortable. Bossier City's just not doing enough to put pressure on him. They know these passes are coming. They've got to. Because they're stopping Hunter McWaffle. They know the passes are the way that Ace Fennec's going to move the ball. And they're not really adjusting. They will put some pressure on Ace Fennec.
He's basically targeting the same area of the field every time. There's another toss play to the outside to McWaffle, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's been their success defensively, is their ability to get early pressure on McWaffle, but it's that middle coverage at the moment that is, they're really being eaten alive at the moment, the V8s. Offset eye again, twins to Fennec's left. He will drop back and pass this time. It's another one across the middle. Tough call there on the Detroit secondary, Motor City secondary. It looked like that was basically uncatchable, but it's a face mask, not pass interference. So it's only a 5-yard pickup.
Down here, but what that's doing is keeping Indy's hot offense off the field.
Another 2 tight end single back formation here. Oh, Isaac Knox spun out of a tackle, but will be brought down before getting a 3-yard gain.
And Minnesota's doing a great job just chewing the clock, slowing things down after Indianapolis having a crazy third quarter.
That throw down the middle, it looks like he was looking for Deezer Powell. I mean, I wouldn't fault that. He has been playing out of his mind in the first half, but Indianapolis keying in finally on Deezer Powell.
We're setting up for another big third down here. A little bit farther out to do that run, so you got to pass the ball. And you know what you're looking for. You're looking for number 17.
Fake handoff, but because of that, the defensive line had time to rush in for a sack, and that's how this drive's going to end, by a sack from number 90. That is outside linebacker, actually, Max Scarborough with a sack.
And I love it in that 3-4 defense there. It wasn't nothing crazy. Just a nice speed rush that beat the left tackle before he was even able to set up right there. Big sack by Indy when they felt like Minnesota was moving the ball.
So Telemac with his first of the season. Had 2.5 all of last season. I mean, he also had 19 tackles for losses last season.
Michigan, of course, returning as the primary sponsor of this V8's organization. Offense needing some kind of a spark here. Dean up the middle. That only picks up 2. So it's been a tough night for both of the primary backs here.
Yeah, and it feels like King Jackson's going to have to start taking some shots and get some of these receivers in action. And they brought a bunch of guys over to help with this offense. Got to get them involved.
Kaufman, he gets a bit more room, picks up about 4 on that carry. It's his second of the game, so no real direct indication.
Here, they ran the ball pretty well. I would just keep it on the ground. No need to do anything fancy here. Just nice little smash mouth football. Control the clock now.
I assume that Jackson will pass. He throws it underneath, and it's a run for Dean that doesn't pick up the first down. Freddie Trammell stopped it right at the line to gain.
Freddie Trammell making a really clutch tackle there right at the line to gain.
And it's a familiar sight for this Motor City.
Complete. Good play calling here by Indy. He's going to find Rego Dinero. That connection from Pickler to Rego has been pretty good tonight.
And all they're doing is they're setting up the pass by running just a little bit. They know the passing has been really effective. That time
We have a week 1 matchup between the Nashville Temple and the DC Dragons. My name's Pete Zaller, alongside me Eric Vinson. The start of a season, the start of a new franchise as the Tempo play their first game in the big leagues here tonight, and they are facing off against the DC Dragons team that went 10-2 last year. What a first test, Eric, for a new franchise.
Yeah, no kidding, Pete. Pleasure to be here for yet another season of the Simulation Football League. Could not be more excited. And there's even more excitement, as you mentioned. We've got the Nashville Tempo playing their first ever professional Simulation Football League game. And they've got the semifinalists from a season to go to contend with here in week 1. A lot of good talent on this Tempo team. DC bringing back much of the same team from the semifinal squad a season ago. So this ought to be a good one.
DC wins.
Stomach's picked off. He chanced it again, and Kappa Jones capitalizes. And Motor City will have their best field position of the game.
Kappa Jones, second time we've called his name tonight. A long storied history with Queen City, like you said.
Team that made the semifinals last year. The kick is off and away, and it's a good one down in the end zone. It will be returned by DC, brought up to the 20 and taken down about the 25-yard line of Sam Harrison, where the Dragons will start.
Yeah, just the best synergy coming out. 10 seasons in the league. He was the offensive rookie of the season all the way back in season 8. So he's got some firepower to him. He played well last season as well for these Dragons.
Synergy comes out in the pistol, a receiver on each side, 2 backs in the backfield. Defense looks like they're stacking the box, and Synergy looks to pass. Throws over the middle of the field, and it is caught by Lauren Percoco. And that is no surprise at all. Percoco was the leading receiver on the team last year with 1,200 yards, and she had the lead by a lot.
This is key. You're pretty much in field goal range. Might be a little bit further out. Minnesota, go ahead and send that pressure right there. This is a key third down here. You want to keep the ball and get the clock running. Can Minnesota stop it and get the ball back? And it looks like Indianapolis had the will right there. Great job by that running back right there to not only fall forward, but just keep the legs moving to to get that first down right there is what Indianapolis needed. It kind of hurt Minnesota. So right now, 84 is in motion. Let's see what there's
right away, but gets it off to the receiver. That is Terrell Cooper. Incredible conversion on 3rd and 6. They move the sticks. They're within the red zone. That is a huge play by King Jackson to withstand the pressure there and get it into Terrell Cooper. That's his first catch as a Motor City V8. He came over from Portland Fleet this past season. He spent 4 years there. Split formation. Toss out the Dean with a nice stiff arm, and he's hit after a gain of 4. Dean
A lot of great defenders. Ticket Clay and Jay Mart, I've got my eye on in the linebacking core. They are going to be huge here for this defense for the tempo.
Sending a man in motion is DC. It's Josh Gill. He'll move left-hand side. The back in the backfield is Say. And it's going his way, and he is stopped, and he will...
Indy was down 17-7. They've scored the last 10, and it's up to Pickler's arm on 3rd and 10 at the 28-yard line. Pickler will throw, scrambling to his right, has to get rid of it. Hit as he threw, it's incomplete. Man,
he's sure on the near side. Oh, it is off the fingertips of Queen Jackson. That is a brutal drop. Oh my goodness, that was a brutal drop.
Just take a full step forward without getting hit. That's a touchdown. But the hit came perfectly right on time and denied him from the touchdown right here. Now they're setting up for a long 44-yard attempt field goal. And that was a big-time field goal right there.
Thumper under center I formation, defense stacking the box. It's a handoff left side and about a 2-yard gain there for Sean Sanders, and it'll be 2nd and 8. But yeah, Thumper's been around the SFL for 3 years. His first year in the league, he got buried on the depth chart, never saw any playing time, went back to the minor leagues, wasn't rostered last season, and this season, Nashville is going to give him a shot here, as this is his first real shot in the league. So here we go once again, the I formation. It's going to be another handoff left side to Easton King, who gains maybe a yard. It's 3rd and 6.
And Easton King is another similar story to Switch Thumper, buried on the depth chart, had some success at wide receiver, but because this tempo team is stacked at receiver, made the switch to running back to join Sean Sanders back there.
Thumper under center again, 2 receivers each side. Defense going to respect it. Thumper rolls out, first career pass attempt over the middle, picked off, throw it right to the defense, and it is taken back to the 40-yard line. That was John DeSantis on the interception, and for his first career pass, it couldn't have gone much worse, Eric.
Yeah. So first down, throw by Reno, throw short. Is caught. Good play here.
So you have time. You don't really need to throw it deep, make big plays. That's really good. 6-yard pass. Run the football in this play right here. You have a lot of time to get to where you need to win this game.
2nd and 4. Handoff. 3-yard gain. Nice tackling by Indy. They're still keeping at it the good tackling.
Setting up a 3rd and 1 here. You don't want to stop your momentum. I'm thinking that you just run the football here. You have been doing well with some good isolation runs between the guard and center just to pick up this first down.
It's a toss, and it's
Be number 83 going right-hand side of the screen. And it's going to be a handoff. Say again, breaks a tackle and gets up to almost the line to gain. Only gains 4. It's going to be
Gonzalez, especially considering that he starts off with that SFLM experience. Hunter Waffle needs to steady the fort here as the lead rusher. That throw is through hands and incomplete. And forces Bossier City into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, it was a good pass breakup by Sammy Seatbelt, who had a tremendous season last season. And that was a good breakup. Big body for a corner, 6'3", 225. Got his mitts in there in the middle of the play.
Three wide here for the Steamers. Fennec drops back court for a 1st down. Beautiful throw
Really
again from Ace
important for
Fennec. But
Minnesota.
Throw down the middle. No.
Harrison took advantage. Handoff say up the middle, and he is stuffed at about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal and just 2 to gain here for DC as they continue to ground and pound their
Ball
way.
was going to be at. That's a big stop by Indy that's been running this second half right here. Now you get the ball back, and you can literally chew the clock down and force Minnesota to use their timeouts.
2nd and goal. This time it goes to Harrison. He breaks off a tackle and dives. He's in. Touchdown, Dragons. And it is going to be Sam Harrison after the Big Harry getting the touchdown there. And DC gets on the board first.
And if there's anyone who deserves it, it's going to be Harrison after that.
pressure came from Panani. Threw it over the back. Great tip though by...
Intercepted by the middle linebacker, number 54. That is what Minnesota needed. They needed somebody to step up in a clutch time, and that's exactly what they did. Playing that bubble zone right in the middle, recognizing that Indy loves to throw those post routes. That is the gamble that you do when you throw those post routes right there. If you don't throw it over that linebacker, the linebacker is going to be right there to be able to catch it. And now you're setting up Minnesota with the ball on the inside of the 30. Let's see what they can do.
So that huge turnaround by Minnesota, already in field goal range. They're going to start here with a first down, a 7-yard pickup to Colin Hart.
Third down here for Fennec. Pressured. It's picked up again. Fennec with a 2nd and a half. And returning it up to the 30. What a result for the V8s. They hold the
Game.
So 2nd and 3, heavy set here, handoff. It's going to be a tackle for no yardage gain. It's a very close game, Anthony. And despite the slight issues I've been having, this game has been incredible to watch.
You're back at the best time right here. 3rd and 3. Minnesota is going to have to capitalize on this. They're already in field goal range. Just be careful.
Oh, the toss play there. They're trying to find an opening, Anthony, between the wide receiver and the tackle, but an extra linebacker, or I guess a defensive back, sent on tackling duties.
Maybe that will calm down the nerves for Thumper getting a completion.
Yeah, you always feel a little bit better after you get that first one under your belt. So there you go, short gainer, 3rd and manageable here. Playbook's open.
Trip set of receivers to the left, and he's tossing. Thumper in the pocket, rolls up, is going to run for it, and he gets there. Good awareness. He felt the pressure from behind.
Here we'll tie it. I mean, a fake here may be out of the question, but they're going to go for the field goal here. The kick is up. The kick is good. 1 minute, 57 seconds to go. Just at the 2-minute warning.
Mavericks 5 seasons ago. But it's a 3rd down and 9 here upcoming for the V8s. Pressure up front, good blocking made, but that one incomplete. Coverage from behind was too good, and that should end the half pending a spectacular return here on the punt.
It should. These punts have been short.
2nd and 7, really full playbook open on this play here. Looks like they're going run, though, and they do. This one's going to go up the gut to Easton King, who gains 2 yards. It's 3rd and 5. And yeah, you mentioned King was a wide receiver previously.
Indy, Minnesota, can you get another interception?
It's going to be the question for the next 1 minute, 53 seconds of game time. But all Indy needs is 3. get into field goal scoring range. That might be their prime modus operandi for this drive here. Here's going to be a motioning off their tight end. Might be a pass play, might be a run play to the tight end side. No, it's a run play down the middle. Give it to Joel Harleman. Rarely have we been calling his name, but he'll pick up a 4 to start this drive off.
There we go, a first challenge here, and let's take a retroactive look at this play presented by Retroid. Get your
Understand, you can't do the things you did earlier in the second half right here because the clock is not on your side.
Heavy split backs here. Roll out. Quick dump off because the pressure was coming.
Not a great angle there, but I will say, watching it in real time, I would think that the forward progress would give him the first down, but I'm not wearing stripes.
Well, here's the call.
That play was going to be a loss if you didn't get the ball out of your hands.
Same formation. Late handoff. Did he get it? Yes. Charlie Baker picks up the first down, but the clock is running. 1 minute, just less than 1 minute to go here. Indy needs to start hurrying this thing up.
Yeah, no more celebration. Get back to the line right there. I expect a deep middle post.
Now they're going to go for a run. As Baker will pick up 4, and they're going to call their first timeout of this half with just about 30 seconds left. I do not know what their lack of urgency was happening there. Maybe they're just trying to cut and basically squeeze the time off the clock here. So now it's 3 wideouts for Bickler. Single back. They've thrown a swing pass out of this. They've thrown deep. They will throw deep, and it's complete. Rob Hunt with a nice completion on the left side of the field.
28 seconds left. Hurry up to the line. You need about another 10 yards to be in safe field goal range.
Roosevelt with the last catch. This time the throw will be back. No, not to Roosevelt, to Rob Hunt. 16 seconds to go. You're right. They need 10 more yards. Maybe the limit is at the 32-yard line for a 49-yarder. We'll see the limits of the legs of Topher Kiefer, who kicked that huge kickoff earlier. So their range might be huge. Here's Bickler with a throw. That was almost intercepted if that fell into the hands of the defender.
So the kicker's long last season was 46 yards. So I would say you do need about a good solid 10 yards right here. Very big play, but you just be careful. The turnover could kill you. Like, you don't want that, so just be safe with it.
Here's a roll out of the quad formation. The throw is complete. They have 1 timeout and 7 seconds to go, and they've secured the field goal position.
And that really hurts if you're Minnesota right there. Just giving up just a nice little 7-yard out route right there. That's enough for the kicker, and the kicker's in the range.
For the win. It's no good. Kiefer misses the kick. It's still a tie game. It's wide right.
Oh my goodness. That has to hurt right there. You get in field goal range, and you saw it. You thought it was curving back in. He curved one earlier in the game, but it just didn't curve enough.
Minnesota with 3 seconds will try something here. That's the last play of regulation, and we thought we were ready to head out to grab drinks and grab another bag of popcorn. But no, we're still here. It's overtime, baby.
For the first game of the season for these two, and you want to go to overtime, you are getting your money's worth. This is absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal might even be an understatement, as I'm pretty sure both teams, owners, fans, coaches, looking at this game, and probably everyone's heartbeats are through the roof, blood pressure through the roof, 20-20, and now it's first to score to win. Indy with a kickoff. They're going to have to put out a stellar defensive showing in this drive. Minnesota only needs a field goal. Let's see where they start this drive. It's going to be inside their 30. Great special teams by Indy. This is one of the worst, if not the furthest back starting point of Minnesota off of a kickoff. Okay, so with Reno here. Now he is looking to get to field goal range.
There is Jay Viper again, his second catch of the contest.
Yeah, Jay Viper's really got a chance to be a major contributor in this offense.
Here's a pass off of a rollout. The sack was incoming. Oh, that hit definitely impacted the throw. It turned into an incompletion.
And what a hit right there. And that was almost an interception because the ball didn't have any zip behind it. And that was almost an interception by number 21. Minnesota definitely caught a break right there.
So here is second down. Throw's good. Is it who I think it is? It is the one and only Deezer Powell.
Was quiet for a lot of the second half right there. But you know what? Came up with a big catch right there, broke over 200 yards receiving in the first game.
6'7", 265 pounds. This is his 5th season in the league, and he is a bruiser. I'm a little bit surprised they haven't given him a shot so far in this game.
He's got to be the biggest fullback in this league, or the biggest rusher anyway. Jackson outside, that's caught. First down, great throw from King Jackson. Fires it to the outside, and right on cue, Phil Koss with his first target and first catch.
Contributing to their teams here. Throw here by Reno. Trying to look for a man somewhere around the 10-yard line. Couldn't find anyone. It's another third and long here, Anthony. They are not in field goal range, so this might be the play that might secure them.
And Indy, you want to stop right here. I was sending pressure on the outside. We had a sack last time from that outside linebacker, but you don't want to get in there. If I'm Minnesota, I'm looking for number 17. Money.
No, but he can find number 17. He won't have the time because he's going to be met by Saron Yates, the fourth, who picks up his second sack. I believe it's his second, as he had one earlier in the ballgame.
And looking for more production this season out of Yates, and you're seeing it already in this game alone. This is going to be a really nice addition.
Coco, and she goes up and gets it. She goes down the sideline to the 40, 35. She stumbles down at about the 34-yard line. Big play there by Lauren Percoco. First down, Dragons.
A defensive stop by Indy in the draw.
Cuts up field. He doesn't dance around too much.
Hand off to Dean, first down. So Motor City's offense starting to work things out here. And that's a really 3 or 4 straight rushes from this Motor City offense that have been with good yardage attached.
I think they're gonna take it slow. So they run the ball really good in the last few drives right there. They just got to complete it. They had the game in their hands and just missed the field goal by a little bit.
They'll start here with split backs. Essentially a split pro formation. They're going to move one of the backs onto the line for an extra receiver route. It'll be a throw. It'll be a swing. Ooh! The swing pass was bobbled and incomplete by Baker. Former wide receiver, probably out of his element there on the swing route.
Yeah, you got to hold on to that.
Second and 10 now in a similar formation. Well, it's an I formation, but 3 wideouts on the line. Bickler, short step back. Bickler almost threw it away.
And that was almost the football game right there. Was looking to take it to the house. Got to be.
What a poor result for the V8s. The drive was going so well, and it was lost out of the hands from Christopher Dean, picked up by Bogey Barr, and that puts a stop to an otherwise great drive.
That was just poked out from
Their hands, or probably had sweaty hands in that one play. So he's gonna be forced to run here, and he gets sacked because of it. And the pressure getting on Pickler's nerves on that one, unable to find anything out of it. Both teams' defenses getting a sack to end the other team's drive.
It was almost like they had a quarterback spy, knowing that the quarterback likes to run the football in those situations right there. So good job recognizing that coverage right there. Did some studying in halftime, and a big sack.
That was Max Knight with an incredible sack to match Indy's sack in the prior drive. And what a field position they get. They're in the opposing team's 47, Minnesota. This is essentially, 17 yards away from field goal range, Anthony.
Yep, that's all you need right there. And just keep it on the ground. You don't really need to force it. You just need 17 yards. You don't want to give up a turnover here.
You only need 17 yards, but you also have number 17 out there right now receiving. I don't think it might be a coincidence where he throws to number 17. He did, but it's number 40 who makes the catch for the interception.
That's what we didn't want to see. I know you want to give it to your playmaker that has all that. It looks like that was just going to go to the tight end, and the safety that's playing center field was watching the quarterback eyes the whole entire time and ran the route for the receiver. Big time play from big time players right there. Indy gets the ball back. What can you do with it?
You're absolutely right. It was another player running what is usually Deezer Powell's route on the post. They start off with the fullback handoff to Joel Harleman. Looks like he is a good drive starter. He's going to pick up 3 yards for them. I mean, although they got the interception, they still have almost 2/3 of the length of the field to go here. 2nd and 7 at their 45-yard line. I spread formation. Last time, Pickler was sacked out of this play. What'll it be this time? Short step back, quick throw, will go nowhere as he was looking for, I believe, Ryan Roosevelt. But number 27 on defense of Minnesota, Adrian Blaine, she makes herself known as she deflects that ball away.
And both teams need to go back to running the football. Obviously, you're going to pass the ball here, but it's been a lot of quick passes that's been stopping the clock. This is right here. This is a 3rd down. What are you going to do?
He's going to throw deep. He's going to find his man. That's a nice completion. Earlier in the previous play, he was looking for this guy, Ryan Roosevelt.
A really tough hill to climb for Motor City.
Fennec again, pressure was getting there, and it's caught. What a throw from Ace Fennec. Finn Callier cannot be touched today, and he's got his 2nd score of the game.
That just looked too soft for Vin Callier out in space. Yeah, just not aggressive enough for Nicholas Warner on that play.
And you see right there, he was just 7 yards off of 100 receiving yards. Great production from the wide receiver. Handoff here to Charlie Baker will pick up 3 yards out of that spread formation, and Minnesota now will have to start clamping up on defense as Indy is really close, knocking on the door of the field goal range. They too are a few yards away from there. 2nd and 7. It'll be a handoff. Cutting to the inside. Sosa finds room. Sosa, I think, already at the border of field goal range here.
Had and lost, but Sutherland's going to get another crack on the outside. Sutherland's still going. Got through another one. Johan Sutherland stepped out of bounds, but again he flips the field. Gee, this is one of the most...
A lot of timely interceptions on both teams right here. A 1st down could definitely seal the game, but right now they look like they're in the field goal range.
just about 33.5-yard line. Heavy, very heavy set here. Split back. Head up down the middle is good for the first down. They keep the chains going. I mean, they've already secured potentially a field goal
We'll
range.
have to see where they want to go with it. Synergy comes out in the shotgun. I think first time we've seen him in the shotgun this game. It's going to send Gill into motion. They've been doing a lot of motion with Gill. That'll give us a bunch set of receivers on the left.
Easier chip shot. Oh, out of the bunch formation here. It's a handoff. And they get the defense confused there. It's an 8-yard gain by Rob Noel.
Great call. Great call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing they did trips to the left side, and the defense was looking for the pass, because as soon as they hiked the ball, everybody dropped back into their coverage. A beautiful 8 yards right there, giving it more room for your kicker.
Another draw play. These draw plays, late handoff, have been working for Indy out of these very heavy sets here. And look at where they find themselves. At some point, down 10, now have the chance to go up 3. Oh, fake handoff here, play action. They win with 6. They win with 6 with the throw to Ryan Roosevelt. Game over.
And that is what we call ball game. And they tricked them. They really thought, oh, we're just going to run the ball, and then kick the field goal for the win. They said, psych, we're going to do a nice little stutter route. Fake the inside and cut back outside right there. Throw a dime to the receiver. I cannot believe what we just saw in this game right here. I hope
King Alexander, who's yet to be targeted today. Jackson drops back, rolls around. Jackson still. Great catch on the outside. Flies it and finds Terrell Cooper for the second time tonight. It's again highlighted that he's really the one that could open up this unit. He's the most experienced receiver on the field and really is a key piece that they just haven't utilized tonight.
No, Terrell Cooper, big body, coming over from the Portland Fleet, really talented receiver. I am surprised that both he and Jay Viper have not gotten more targets in this game, but, you know, hopefully King Jackson's starting to take notice that when he targets them, good things tend to happen.
3 wide here, 1 receiver motion from left to right. That being King Alexander. Jackson, handoff Kaufman, running in the wrong direction. Eventually got forward progress though. Picks up a couple of yards, tackled by Pink Lisa, and sets him up with a 2nd and short.
Yeah, that was a good tackle by the corner, Pink Lisa. You don't normally associate a strong tackling with a cornerback, but that was a nice wrap-up.
This formation, 2 receivers on either side now after the motion. Handoff. Dean got caught behind his blockers, and he's going to lose any of the yardage that Kaufman picked up on the previous play, and gives them a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, too much congestion there. Just not a lot of room to maneuver, and then Bossier City just totally converged.
3rd down and long out of the gun. Jackson rolls around. Pressure not there. And it's caught downfield. Jay Viper again. Great throw from King Jackson. He waited for that one to develop. Bought his time. And he's got the result.
Nice toe tap here on the sideline too by Jay Viper. His momentum could have easily taken him all the way out of bounds, but he dragged his foot.
Well, they ended up getting a 1st down on maybe a 2-yard play.
And now they are on the side of the field of the Dragons for the first time. Let's see what they can do with it. Thumper comes out under center once again, and he's looking to throw. Thumper throws quickly, and it is caught once again by Kenny Hendricks over the middle for a 1st down. Nashville down to the 35-yard line. Thumper just taking his 2-step dropbacks and firing. They're keeping it simple.
Yeah, and Pete, I think you were right. I think the Nashville coaching staff, they wanted to turn him loose.
Toe drag looked fine to me.
Good to me. Yeah, play stands. Great catch by Jay Viper.
This game and a lot to prove. He wants to show Nashville he's the guy to lead this new franchise moving forward, and this is, like I said, his 1st ever snaps today. Handoff this time to Balmer. A good carry for 3 yards there. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
And see, that's more Jay Ballmer speed. Go ahead and hand it straight up the middle. Let him get a little shifty in the middle of the field there, rumble over some defenders and get 3 or 4 yards.
2nd down and 7. And Thumper's looking to throw. Heavy pressure, rolls out, fires, and he gets it to his man under.
Jackson drops back, throw. Oh, he just almost intercepted.
That wasn't easy.
No, it was not easy. That was very impressive there by the young quarterback to roll out and then on the opposite side of the field have the wherewithal to set his feet long enough to complete the pass. Great play.
Yeah, DC sent the house there. Let's see if they do it again. They do not. It's going to be a toss to Sanders, and Sanders just cannot get anything going. Gains.
Spread formation again. Oh, he's blown up again. Christopher Dean. This defense, Stephen Fellows locking in again and gives Motor City with a 3rd and long.
Take that back. Freddie Trammell's actually already back out there, so good that he is not too hurt and too shaken up. Bossier City needs him.
Bit of a stinger on that play earlier on. Jackson's going to roll out. Blocking was good, but throw is well short of the end zone marker.
So back here at the Dungeon of Jakara Stadium in downtown Washington, D.C., it's a big 3rd down and 6. Here we go. I formation, Thumper under center here. They're going to send a man into motion. It's Hendricks. They'll send him right-hand side. Thumper likely passing down here in 3rd down and 6. And he is. Thumper drops back, rolls out, fires, and it is all but intercepted there. It'll be 4th down and 6. Lucky there, that one wasn't picked off.
And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, Pete, I'm like, don't make any ill-advised throws. Don't make any dumb plays. The worst thing you could possibly do is have a nice field goal attempt here to get your first point. And sure enough, they're lucky to have an opportunity at those 3 points now.
It'll be Victor Ironleg on the kick. Hold is good, kick is up from 37 yards. It is good, and Victor Ironleg will always have the distinction of scoring the first points in franchise history for the Nashville Tempo.
A 1st round bye in the Falls playoffs. They will host Chicago plus Philadelphia will travel to Bossier City. It's all coming up next right here on SFL YouTube. Support Bossier City's coaching staff. They're going to be here and then they're going to go and play again in the SFL to try and keep their playoff hopes intact there in the late block. That should be a fun one. First time, I believe, in league history we've had SFL games at the convention. So a bit of a fun one there for you to look forward to later this evening as Bossier City will take over here, standing at the 35.
Yeah, that is fun. And if you've never checked out SFLM, it's a really great place to see kind of future players of this league.
Absolutely, it's going to be a fun one. And up at the middle, short side is going to net only 1 yard pickup there.
For DC has come over to Nashville to be the head coach and to help this Nashville defense for the tempo. So it really, we're seeing a lot of what we saw last season with DC here in Nashville defensively.
Synergy looking to pass, has good protection.
That's a great throw on the outside. Speaking of who's just not taking a step back at all since last season, Vin Callier is getting close to 200 yards today.
For this Dragons offense, and Nashville just playing them tough on the back end. We touched on it. They got some dogs back there in the secondary. We'll see how they perform against a very hot offensive juggernaut here in the Dragons.
Synergy is going to send a man into motion. It's Kirby. Kirby will line up now, right-hand side, left side empty. Could maybe be looking to run that way. It's going to be a handoff to say he does run that way. However, it's covered nicely by the defense.
Eyes downfield, and that surely is locked in 200 yards on the day.
All right, well, now I think you got to throw 3 guys at Ben Callier because we just saw 2. Didn't matter. 1 didn't matter. Vin Callier has been unstoppable today.
Well, he's got a 9-season vet in Big Robo who has only caught it once today. That's Blue again on the outside. But why bother throwing to a 9 or a 10-season veteran even?
Situation. Synergy fires over the middle into traffic for Percoco. It's incomplete. It'll be 4th and 8. I don't know where Synergy was trying to go with that, because if 3 men were on Percoco, he had to have someone open somewhere.
I mean, look, these receivers, these pass catchers, I should say, for the Dragons, I mean, they are weapons out there, and they will catch the ball even when you don't think they will.
Scare the rest of the league that B Robo is having such a quiet day, because over 100 catches, over 1,800 yards between Vincalia and B Robo last season. Now it's on one team. That's a really formidable force.
He was the guy in San Diego last season. There's been an afterthought so far tonight. So you wonder what might be up their sleeve in future weeks. Callia there, the first time he's been targeted in some time though where he hasn't caught it. But the
Got 2 timeouts. A little under a minute isn't terrible to work with. So just run your offense, see what happens.
Thumper's under center, and he's looking to pass. Thumper fires, and incomplete, looking for Hendricks there. I think it might have just been a little bit low. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Thumper knew he had pressure coming in on him. Might have rushed the throw a little bit. That's probably why it was a little bit on the lower side there for Hendricks. Receivers got to make a play. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Usually with younger teams, they're still trying to get their feet wet.
Thumper under center once again, 2nd and 10. He's looking to fire, throws, and he has a man wide open, but he throws it off the back of Guy Clausen's helmet, and it's incomplete. Clausen needed to turn around about a second earlier.
Yeah, and it's tough to say who that one's really on at that point. Thumper, it could have been that he was trying to get it out too quick. Clausen wasn't ready for the football. Clausen just should have been ready for the football, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I think probably a little rush there. But here's Thumper. And I think that was a shovel pass that went wrong. But it's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down, and they will be punting.
Yeah, and like I said, just run your offense. You would have liked more than just 10 seconds to come off the clock with you running your offense and not getting anything out of it. But alas, it's one of those things. It did look like it was kind of a shovel pass situation there, just a little too low for the back to handle.
Punted away by Powers.
It was really impressive, even though it ended the way it did. So they got a chance here.
And off up the middle, that picks up a few, and only a short pick up there. Bogey bar on that stop prevents anything going forward, and now it's another tough 3rd down and long for the V8's offense. Drop back, short one, caught for a 1st down. Nice work there to pick up the 1st down. Caught by, catch made, I should say, by King Alexander, and keeps the V8's dream alive here.
I mean, that looked like it had no shot when that play started to develop.
Yeah.
Somehow King
Coco at the 40. Looks like they're not going to use that timeout, though, and that probably will be the last play of the quarter. So I guess they just wanted to get Lauren Percoco fired up, and that was about the extent of that play there. Great catch, and she paid the price for it.
Shorehand off the middle. Dean has struggled in fits and spurts tonight. Picks up 3 yards, though, on that carry.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding for Christopher Dean. He's just kind of chipped away at these little run plays. I don't know really what it's doing for this team, but it's got to be a frustrating afternoon for Christopher Dean.
Hand off short side again. Kaufman picks up a few, so he's been okay tonight. Shane Kaufman with questions about how he would translate over from being a wide receiver, but surprising that given they paid him so much money in the offseason as the sort of one of the leading contracts, that he hasn't been more involved tonight. It has been mostly Dean. He gets another carry up the middle here. Tried to poke his nose for, but couldn't get there. And Fellows again strong in run defense, and it stops the V8 short of the 1st down marker. But Robert Thump says, I don't like it. Let's challenge.
In normal speed, it looked close. It did look close to me, but I don't know if you got enough.
We'll take another retroactive look at that play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com, and that for sure, I feel like looked short to me. Unfortunately, worth a challenge though, certainly from a V8's perspective, but this one's not going to go their way.
So 2 unsuccessful challenges in the game, 1 for each team.
4th and inches here. I guess we're going to see a punt.
Completed some passes, looked very, very good out there. But yeah, this run game is just not doing anything against this front seven of the DC Dragons. I would open up the playbook a little bit more and let Thumper throw the rock.
Wing set here, so they'll have 2 backs in the backfield. Thumper under center. Defense, looks like they're stacking the box. It'll be a handoff. Sanders gets a lane. However, he gets tackled after a gain of 4. If he could have bounced outside, there was a lot of real estate there, Eric, but still a good gain of 4.
Yeah, and I think he was waiting on Ballmer to land that block there so that he could bust it back to the inside. Just a little bit too soon to cut it back in on that one. Still a good 4-yard gain.
It'll be a handoff again. This time it'll go to the tight end, and he rumbles and stumbles for a first down there. Nice carry by Jimmy Witt with a little trickery.
And that's what you do if you're a young team and you got a lot of talent there on offense, trying to see what everyone can really do. I mean, you got 4 tight ends out there, you got 5 wide receivers, a couple running backs, and a fullback. Go ahead and mix it up. Line some guys in the backfield, see what they can do for you.
1st and 10, 1 back in the backfield for Thumper. And he's looking to pass. Defense brings the house, throws over the middle, and it is caught by Guy Clausen. First down. Clausen, early on, is looking like the favorite target here of Thumper. He's looked his way a lot.
Yeah, I think if he had seen Jim Copeland Jr. there, he would have had a running start to get a whole bunch of yards on that crosser. But instead, a good throw there nonetheless over to Clausen, gets the first down.
Unbelievable night for Vin Callier.
We've seen a couple of really great one-handed catches this game, but I think this might be my favorite catch of the game. What a grab. Knew he was going to get absolutely rocked out there by Nicholas Warner. It didn't matter. What a catch and what a game.
It's the Nice Hands catch brought to you by Retro. Put a Retro handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23. Williams in motion. They now go to a heavy set here. 4 minutes and change on the ticker. Hand off to the far side for McWaffle. Almost broke that one free. That was dangerous. He picks up 7. That's probably his best carry of the half.
Yeah, McWaffle just had a burst there. He got to the outside and was able to get 7 yards on that carry, putting some more pressure on Motor City.
Field, there we go. First down tempo. He's down to the 25-yard line. I've been waiting to say his name. You knew he was going to break loose eventually, and there he goes.
Oh, absolutely. 8-season vet coming over from Indianapolis in the offseason with this young team. And
at the bottom. That's Callier. Hand off to Gonzalez on the left-hand side. Picks up a couple and is finished off by TJ Harper short of the first down marker.
Yeah, I just think time ran out really for Motor City. I mean, you're right. Without Johan Sutherland, this is a 27-6 game. So Motor City has really not been able to do anything on offense, and that's kind of the continuing narrative from last season as well.
Still plenty of things to look forward to if you're Robert Thump, and the leadership here at this unit just hasn't fallen into place in week 1 as intended. Hand up the middle.
I guess it'll be 3rd down and 9, but a tough couple of plays there in a row for Nashville. Now Thumper's going to have to make some magic.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 here, just outside the red zone. I mean, I would say that the playbook is obviously going to force you to throw the ball. We'll see what they do here. Offset single back.
Looking to throw. Thumper rolls out left, fires over the middle of the field, and touchdown to Banfield. He goes to his #1 target and gets the first touchdown for the Nashville Temple. What a good throw there by Thumper. He put it only where his man could catch it.
What a throw there by Switch Thumper. I am shocked by how good that throw was. Not because I didn't think Thumper could do it, just because of how tough it was. He's running away from the blitzers. Again, turns around, goes back to the back of the end zone, and nails his receiver in stride where only he could catch it, in double coverage, by the way.
And Iron Leg makes the extra point, and it's halfway through the third quarter, and this game is tied. I don't know if a lot of people saw that coming this week, but the upstart tempo making some magic happening here on opening night. Break into the world of sports memorabilia, collecting the Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. So here we go. First look in the second half now. Shabazz, Synergy, and the DC offense. How will they respond? As they're going to send a man into motion here. Kirby will line up right side. Synergy takes a while, and he will hand it off. This time it goes to Stellar, who gains 2 yards at 2nd and 8. And if you ask me, Eric, all the pressure's on DC. Nashville's playing with house money tonight in their first ever game.
Oh, absolutely. With the defense seeing Switch Thumper throw his first career professional touchdown, getting all that juice from the offense, playing well right out the gate here in the third quarter, they're going to come after DC.
And there we go. Percoco catches it over the middle. It's first down and 10. And Synergy just kind of threw one up there that he knew Percoco would come down with.
Yeah, and that's what I've been talking about, Pete. That's the type of throw that you're going to see from Synergy when he's going Percoco's way. He knew the pressure was coming. He knew he had to get rid of it. He saw the 4-7 out there and threw it somewhere in that general area. And sure enough, Lauren comes down with it because she's absolutely incredible.
First and 10. They're going to send Gill into motion here. Looks like man coverage will be what the play call is here based off the reaction by the defense. And it's going to be a handoff to Say. Say breaks a tackle and he gains 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And you've highlighted that his upside as a quarterback, but also looking at this receiving core. It's very young, very raw, a lot of things to work through and work out if you're the coaching staff on this unit as to who's good at what and what skill sets you have on offer. Still a lot to dissect for this V8's offense.
For sure. And they've traded some bigger targets, some possession targets for some playmaking targets. And I think that's the right move. You just got to get them the ball.
Caught by Phil Koss. Speaking of players they need to get involved, he's only had 2 targets and 2 catches tonight, but that was an impressive one. Jackson goes into no huddle. Another one caught for a first down. So here comes.
They're all knotted up at 10. Synergy. It's going to send Percoco into motion. Already 3 receivers left-hand side make it 4. And here we go. He's looking over the middle of the field. It was looking for Percoco, but once again, just overthrew it a little bit there, and that'll force a punt. And that one, he had Percoco, just didn't hit his target.
Yeah, had Percoco, and I think he might have had Mason Kirby out there as well. Just a bit of an overthrow there by the 10-season vet, and it's going to be 4th down. Nashville going to have an opportunity to take the lead here.
Again, split backfield spread receivers, one of which motion down to the bottom. Jackson rolls out, good blocking up front, caught for a first down. That keeps them moving there. Alexander on that reception. On the fringe of the red zone here, Jackson again with good blocking up front, fires it to the backfield, caught by Dean. He picks up 2. They go no huddle again, under a minute remaining in the game. 3 wide, spiked though at the point of contact. That stops the clock with 48 seconds to go.
For Bossier City, that this franchise has had 8 straight playoff appearances, dating all the way back to their inaugural season as the Lone Star Glory. And, they've been really impressive. This is a good start for Bossier City in a new city with a lot of roster turnover. This is a good start for them.
And it's very much of that Alamo City identity from last season, just with new pieces, as that throw from Jackson is incomplete. Mickey McGuire again on coverage, who is
Pass interference call. And that was definite pass interference. You saw a tackle pretty much made before the throw was even made. I believe he was looking for Guy Clausen.
And Nick Fargo out there in coverage as well. Whenever a linebacker's out there in coverage, it gets a little dicey. It looked like he was looking for the tight end Copeland Jr. on that throw. But the key piece of the equation there for me, Pete, is that Nashville actually had good protection that time for Thumper so that he could make a decision to go downfield. And sure enough, tight end draws the penalty.
Yeah, they kind of have the defense on their heels right now. Thumper under center once again. It'll be a toss to Sanders, and Sanders gets eaten at the line of scrimmage.
Really, pending an onside kick here, they may get one more shot at it. And it's recovered by the Steamers.
English tea makes me think. Jacob, do you like tea? Do you like hot tea? Do you drink?
I don't like tea, especially these days. It's hitting sub-zero temperatures here where I am at the moment. So.
They're down and 8 at the 50-yard line.
It also doesn't help that necessarily, I mean, the DC Dragons front seven are some of the best in the league. I mean, Nick Fargo is a 7-time All-Star selection. So not too many people are going to beat him in a one-on-one tackle situation.
Well, here's a passing situation for Thumper. He has protection. He throws left, and he almost got it in there to Clausen, but just a little bit too good coverage there. It falls incomplete, and DC forces the punt.
Yeah, I think Thumper was trying to get a little too cute on that one, trying to throw that one in double coverage.
There as well. Absolutely. It's always an unmissable experience. But John Warren, a win for the Steamers on debut on the road, and an impressive one at that. Huge performance from Vin Callier out of the hands of Ace Fennec, and it's a 30-16 win for the Bossier City Steamers.
Past the marker there, and they say it went out of the one. They say it went out of the one, so it's a perfect punt. Oh, that was close. I knew it was going to be awfully close, and, well, defense, get up on it.
It is so close that our infographic is telling us it's at the 0-yard line, Pete. Sweat fest here for DC.
Well, Synergy looks like he's going to hand off here, and they're bringing the house. It's a handoff, and Say gets them some breathing room with a good 8-yard carry on first down, and that's why they give the ball to Kevin Say there.
Yes, sir. And that is the risk that you run defensively when you send the house and you don't get the guy near the line of scrimmage or even a couple yards past the line of scrimmage. You let him rumble for 7 or 8 yards, and all of a sudden the offense has a lot more breathing room to operate.
Say, averaging 4.3 on the day. Having a pretty good day is Say. They've kind of gotten away from him here, though, in the second half. Let's see if that's the first of many for him here. 2nd and 2, Harrison is the tailback, and he'll go to the fullback, Stellar, and he gets enough for the first down, as Stellar, such a good short yardage fullback to give the ball to, makes good on it there.
Yeah, and Stellar had over 500 yards on the ground. Kevin Say had over 700 yards on the ground. So between those two backs, just a nice two-headed monster there in the backfield for the Dragons.
This one will go again. Actually, no, that one goes to the backup fullback that time, but nothing doing there. Getting back to the line of scrimmage is Dan Alexander.
Yeah, and again, these linebackers for Nashville playing very, very well. J. Mark, Tika Clay, Dylan Bansler, all playing very, very well. And Jeff Gagne is a 9-season vet out there. He is a force to be reckoned with as well.
2nd and 10 for Synergy, and another handoff here. That goes to Stellar, and Stellar's wrestled down there. Really impressive job defensively that time. That play was made by Tika Clay, and did a really good job there.
Yeah, Clay has been all over the map here for the tempo on defense, just playing absolutely out of his mind right now.
Well, 3rd and 10, a little bit of a pulse check moment here as we're getting late in the third quarter in a tie game. DC, a 10-2 team last year. Let's see what they got. Throws over the middle, Synergy, and great defensive coverage there. Cannot get it in there. Bradshaw does his job, and Nashville forces another punt.
Yeah, King Bradshaw did a great job being patient on that play. Didn't make the play too early, didn't get to the receiver too early, and timed it perfectly to get the pass deflection and force the 4th down.
So Ron Van Cleefley punting away. Should be good field position for Nashville depending on this punt. The punt will go to about the 45-yard line. It's returned, and it will be in DC territory. Banfield down to the 44-yard line. And to start this drive, Nashville will be about 15 yards away from good field goal range.
And, you know, Pete, it is hard to argue against the Nashville tempo seizing the momentum in this game. It seems every opportunity the DC has had to kind of match what Nashville is giving them, Nashville comes out just a little bit more, not by much, obviously. We got a 10-10 ball game, but I think that the tempo, they have the momentum right now, and DC better watch out.
The entire league is watching as this upstart franchise is taking it to the DC Dragons right now. Throw, right-hand side to Sanders. Sanders gains a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. And I get they want to try to get him going, but it's getting late in the game. It's getting a winning time. I think you got to get away from Sanders here. He's just showing you all game he's not going to do much.
Yeah, and that's why you got other options out there like Ballmer and King. They're doing a good job in shifting out different backs in these formations.
Thumper looking to throw, great protection, gets it in there, and that one should be a first down with forward progress, and it is. That was that was Jeff Banfield on the catch, and first down and pretty much in field goal range now for Nashville.
And a smart play there by Thumper, recognizing that Fargo was the one that was out there in coverage. Anytime you got a linebacker out on a wide receiver in coverage, that's a mismatch. You got to throw the football and throw it accurately, and that's what Thumper did.
There you see Thumper's stats on the day. Nothing crazy, but a solid day for his first ever time playing in the SFL. Thumper's looking to throw, pump fakes, and he gets taken down. He just took a little bit too long in the pocket there. Good job of getting to him by Kano Fortson.
Yeah, Fortson and Bourne were the two guys that were going to get in there and get to him, but honestly, truly, the whole front four had an opportunity, a Thumper on that one. Big protection breakdown for the tempo, and that's been a problem for them all game long. Very rarely have they given him a clean pocket and time to operate.
That takes him out of field goal range too, most likely, so they're going to have to do a little work here. Thumper's looking to throw again. Good protection this time. Lofts a pass up right side for Banfield and just misread the coverage. And that's unfortunate there, Eric. That's probably some of the better pass protection he's gotten all game, but he just rushed it.
Yeah, Peanut Say was right there ready to make a play, and sure enough, he could have easily taken that one back to the house. You do not want to pick on these corners and one-on-one coverage. They will make you pay.
Well, they probably need about 8 to get in the field goal range. Let's see if they can find it. 3rd and 14. Thumper is going to throw. Decent protection. Oh, my goodness, he gets absolutely hit stick there, and that is a veteran play there by Mike Wagoner.
Mike Wagoner, that man has a family. Will you chill, my guy? Oh, for the love of humanity, what a hit there by Wagoner on Thumper. Someone get some smelling salts for my man number 1 out there, please.
Oh, that is a tough one there, and yeah, no attempt at a field goal now. They were in field goal range, but 2 sacks takes them out of it, and now we're going to see a punt here by Powers. So let's see if he can pin him deep again. Powers gets it away. This will likely be the last play of the 3rd quarter. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line, so not nearly as good of a punt as last time. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line for DC when we come back from this word from our sponsors.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back, and let me paint the picture for you. Downtown DC, it's nighttime, and a tied game on opening week between the Nashville Tempo and their first ever game in the SFL and the DC Defenders. They're going to throw deep, and it's picked off over the middle! Oh, the play there! Down the right sideline at the 10 to the 5, and that is where Nashville will take over. The Dragons throw an interception there, and it is Dylan Bamseller that takes it down to the 5-yard line. What a play!
And Pete, what did I tell you, my friend? What did I tell you? These linebackers are playing out of their gourds today for the Nashville Tempo. And sure enough, Dylan Bamsler almost took it back to the crib. Reservations for 6. Instead, set them up shop at the 6-yard line of DC. 1st and goal. Nashville has an opportunity to take the lead.
I tell you, I'd love a play-action call here on 1st and goal. If I were the coach, I think that's what I would call. It's from the 6-yard line. They might just go the safe route. It's probably the smart play here. They will. They toss it right side to Ballmer. Ballmer gets a good 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 4.
Yeah, and smart play. Coming off of a juiced-up play like that, the interception, it gets you great field position there. No need to go ahead and make a silly decision. Just toss it out to your reliable fullback. See what he can get. Now 2nd and goal after about 1.5 yards.
That's who defense stacks the box. It'll be a handoff. Ballmer again. Ballmer just gets met at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. 3rd and goal. And now if you're Thumper, it's probably going to be a pass, but you just got to make sure you don't throw an interception here.
Yeah, again, no unnecessary risk. Worst case scenario, you got yourself a chip shot field goal opportunity here to take the lead. Do not leave points on the field.
Thumper. It's going to pass. Pressure. Throws. Middle. Caught! Touchdown! The Tempo score. It is Jimmy Foster, the rookie tight end. And the Nashville Tempo take the lead in the fourth quarter. That's not something everyone saw coming.
Man, and it is dead silent here in this stadium. You could hear a pin drop right now. These fans are just absolutely beside themselves here in D.C. The upstart Nashville Tempo taking the lead against their D.C. Dragons. Just a well-played game so far, but can you finish?
And the kick is up, and it is good. It's a full 7-point lead following the extra point by Victor Ironleg. And the last 17 points all scored by Nashville here. And this is treacherous waters for DC, but a team that went 10-2 last year, a team that made it to the semifinals, this is where they got to show us what they're made of. After convention weekend, Mike Daggs, Gerald Smith, and Matt Wilson kick us off Friday night at the Albuquerque Adams homeowner, as that kick goes back to the 25-yard line. At the kick us off Friday night at the Albuquerque Adams home opener against the Denver Nightwings, and our first Monday night spectacular game of the season has the Baltimore Vultures welcoming in Johnny Pickler, Siren Yates, and the Indianapolis Ramblers. Week 2 kicks off Friday, July 19th, right here on the SFL YouTube. But back to my point a second ago, this is where DC's got to show us what they're made of, show us why they were so good last year.
Yeah, and they had games like this last season as well, where they just turned on a switch, another gear in the latter parts of games and just ran away with it. We'll see if today is one of those games for the Dragons.
Synergy's got to come back from a bad interception here. Let's see how he shakes it off. Let's see if they try to run it or have him pass. He'll pass. Synergy throws middle of the field, and it is caught there. And who else but Lauren Percoco? She caught that one in heavy traffic. I'm going to call that one the nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL, 4K23, and a really nice catch over 2 defenders there for Percoco.
Yeah, full extension of the arms, bringing that ball back in. Carmichael on the back end, laying the big hit, and Percoco hits the century mark with that catch.
Yeah, there's a reason a lot of people think of her as the best tight end of the league for plays like that. Hand off there. This time it'll go to Alexander, the backup fullback. He gets 2 yards. It will remain 2nd and 8.
And big hit, big open field tackle by Mart. Again, these linebackers just playing very, very well for the Tempo in the middle of that field. That includes when they're trying to throw it to the tight end. Despite Percoco having 100 yards receiving, it does seem like a quiet 100 yards today.
Synergy looking to throw, throws right side, and it was looking for Gill, but it was, or Kirby rather, but it was defended well by Stotch, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and he's one of those corners you got to watch out for. Just good one-on-one coverage out there on Kirby, and turns right at the exact right moment to make that play on the football, brings up a 3rd and long.
Stacked receivers left side. They're going to send one man in motion. Let's see what they draw up here. That's Rod Smith they sent in motion. Synergy. Good protection, throws middle, and he gets it in there, but it will not be a first down for Josh Gill. It's 4th and 2, and now a likely punt, and suddenly the Tempo are in a situation where they can take a stranglehold on this game, Eric.
Yeah, and Chris Stack again out there on coverage, looking very, very good, staying step for step on that crosser with Josh Gill. And I think Synergy may have thought that Gill had the step in that situation. Nashville does a good job defensively once again.
And a rare fair catch called by Banfield there, but he didn't really have much of a choice. It'll be Nashville's ball at the 15-yard line as a DC linebacker, Barrett Green, got injured on the kick return there. And that is a tough one for them, but luckily he's mostly a special teams player, so it shouldn't hurt their defense.
No, it should not, but special teams helps win championships as well, so hopefully he gets better and gets back out there sooner than later.
So it's 1st and 10, and if I'm Switch Thumper, I'm thinking burn clock here. That is all that is on my mind. So Thumper comes out under center. I believe that is going to be the fullback in the backfield, Balmer. And it'll be a toss to Balmer. Balmer has space. Balmer is going to gain 5 or 6 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that's what they've been missing the entire day, is sealing that edge there. They finally pitched it at a point in time where they just really had a corner and a linebacker to deal with. Good job kicking in that linebacker, leaving only the corner out there to make the play.
2nd and 5. Thumper hands off again. This time he goes up the middle to one of his reserve backs there. That one was Jeremy Johnson, the backup fullback. Gains 3 on the carry. It's 3rd and 2, and now playbook wide open.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the clock rolling. A little quick out of the huddle, but still chewing clock.
Clock's under 7 minutes here in the 4th quarter, and here's a handoff, and Ballmer gets met at the line of scrimmage, and that DC Dragons defense does their job, and they are going to get that offensive Nashville off the field.
And that's kind of the tricky part when you give the ball to your fullback on those off-tackle runs. A lot of these fullbacks, me run ball, me run through people, that there's not a whole lot of ball carrier vision on that play.
A low snap, but Powers does bring it in. He's going to get a good punt off, too, a real good punt, and it's returned from the 30, and it'll be brought back to the 38-yard line where DC will take over with the ball. And it's getting late now, Eric. This drive feels like it needs to be the one. I mean, maybe they get one more shot after this, but it's starting to get late early here for DC. They got to make something happen here.
There's a lot of nail biting going on that DC sideline right now, and this is going to be the time where they got to find that extra gear. They got to find that switch to turn on the juice. They got to do it here and now.
Synergy throws a dying quail over the middle of the field. He got hit on the play. Looks like catching the arm a little bit there was the defense, and that'll be a 2nd down and 10 now.
And that's hard to do when you're 6'5" and throwing the football and you deflect it off a shoulder pad like that. That's kind of wild to see. You don't see that too often from Synergy.
That was a good play, too, by Gilbert Brown, one of the reserve men for that team. And it's going to be a handoff, and Say gets a good carry. That'll be 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2. And I got to say, I don't know why they aren't giving it to Kevin Seymour. I mean, he's been good all night. They just have gotten away from him.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, he's averaging about 4 yards a carry. It's not necessarily the production that we're used to seeing from Kevin Say. He hasn't had a whole lot of these explosive plays. They're good plays, but not Kevin Say type of play.
Yeah, I'm sure if you ask him, he'd say the next one's the explosive one.
Always.
It's 3rd and 2. They send Gill left side, empty right side of the field. Synergy throws, and it's Percoco over the middle. 1st down and 10. They are on Nashville's side of the field, and they are marching now with 5 to play.
And that is where this DC team can be dangerous, is that in those 3rd and short situations, everyone's eyeing the backfield. They're thinking run, run, run. And Percoco is the type of tight end that will sneak out of the sea of humanity right there at the line of scrimmage and be wide open for a pitch and catch. And that's what we saw right there.
Percoco quietly with 6 receptions for 113 tonight. And she's been reliable, to say the least. Handoff here. That one goes to Chuck Stellar. He gains a tough 3 yards, and the clock will continue to run.
And I'm not disappointed by this DC offense mindset here. Go ahead and shoot some clock as much as humanly possible and force your will on this Nashville tempo defense and get into the end zone to tie the game with not a whole lot of opportunity for them to answer.
2nd and 7. The man in motion, that is Kirby. And it'll be a handoff, Say. Nothing really doing there, but gains a yard or 2. It'll be 3rd down and 5 now for the Dragons.
And again, Mart and Clay. It sounded like I said Martin Clay like it was one guy. They should be one guy, honestly. They've just been playing fantastically here in the linebacker core for the tempo, both of them getting in there for the stop and forcing just the short yardage.
Looking to throw over the middle, and it is picked off! Picked off over the middle of the field, back to the 40-yard line, and Nashville has the ball in great field position. It's Xavier Rowe, the 3rd, with the interception, and the Nashville Loyals go crazy.
And man, it was just an overthrow there. I mean, he had a receiver in the area, Synergy did. I'm not sure what that was. It was Rod Smith, just a simple button hook route, and just overthrew it. And Xavier Rowe was like, thank you, sir. I'll take it back the other way.
First and 10 now with 4:03 to play, and Nashville's thinking, let's just run this thing dry and head home happy. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff, this time to Ballmer. Ballmer gets a good carry, 4 yards, 2nd and 6, but most importantly, that clock runs.
Yep, the clock runs, and you got to put 2 hands on the football. No unnecessary risks here. You are under 4 minutes. It's the 4-minute offense. Just keep that clock moving and force DC to burn some of their timeouts. Make sure that you seal the victory. Again, finish. Get to that finish line.
2nd and 6. Making his first ever start, switch Thumper. In a very consequential situation here. How's he handle the pressure? How's he handle that crowd noise? Handoff this time. Going absolutely nowhere. Couldn't get a number on the ball carrier there, but it'll be 3rd and 5.
And what a first start here for Switch Thumper, right? You're coming in on the road against a 10-2 team from a season ago in the DC Dragons, went to the semifinal in the playoff. Your first ever start, you throw your first career touchdown pass, and oh, by the way, you're up by 7 with under 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 5. A huge play in this ball game right now. DC's got to have it. Got to get the stop. Thumper. Probable passing down here. Let's see. No, it's a toss. Go right side to Ballmer. Ballmer stiff arms the man. It's not enough. He gets tackled after a gain of 1. It's 4th and 4. DC forces the punt, and they'll have one last try to send this thing to overtime.
And you know what? For me, that's the smart call. Go ahead and keep it on the ground. Do a little pitch play, a little off-tackle play like they ran. See what Ballmer can kind of give them. Very sure-handed back, as we've mentioned previously. Don't make any unnecessary risks. Don't throw the football into coverage. Don't give DC a short field. And now they get to play field position with just about 2 minutes to go.
Nashville still in the driver's seat, but DC, a wily veteran team, as another low snap there. It's going to get it off. Let's see. Will it be returned? Yes, it will, from about the 12-yard line, and it'll be brought up to the 18, and that's where DC will take over. So DC is going to have to go 82 yards if they want to at least send this thing to overtime as the 2-minute warning commences. Back here at the Dungeon of Dracarys Coliseum, as we have a doozy here, Eric. And for me, I think they got to try to pass deep, because we're going to coin the term Clay Mart over the middle of the field has not been open tonight.
No, it has not. We'll see where they go.
Synergy throws middle. It is caught there for a first down by Kirby. They got to quickly get up there, and they quickly use a first timeout, and that will be a first down nonetheless.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been a whole lot of success in the one-on-one passing game either. Got away with one there because that really was good coverage, but a good catch there by Kirby to give them some much-needed yards out near the 40-yard line.
Like I said, I think they got to go outside because Clay Mart is closed, as I said. The outside seems to be where they've had their success passing. Synergy, once again, goes outside again. Who else? Percoco quickly down to the 40-yard line. They burn the second time out, and just like that, DC's rolling.
They're looking good, 2 for 2 so far on these chunk pass plays. The problem is that they're both over the middle of the field, forcing them to burn their timeouts. They've only got 1 remaining here and still got some ways to go to hit pay dirt.
They got 41 more yards to go. They throw right side. It's picked off. It is intercepted. Oh, my goodness. And he smartly runs out of bounds. What a play there. And that will seal the game by Chris Dash. Oh, my goodness. And Nashville comes into DC, and they somehow pull off the upset. They still have about 1:40 to go, but with only 1 timeout left. It's going to be hard for DC to get the ball back, I think.
It is going to be difficult at this point, and again, an overthrow by Synergy, and a nice job there by coming up and playing the football by Chris Stack, and man, oh man, Nashville has a real opportunity here to steal a win on the road.
Toss play, Sanders, and he has space, and his best run of the night comes just in time. A 7-yard game, timeout taken by DC, and if Nashville can get 3 more yards, that will seal the game. Even if they can't, they'll probably only give the ball back to DC with about 15 seconds left.
That was just about best case scenario there, that Sanders has his best run of the evening for a good 7-8 yards. Like you said, Pete, first down, game over.
Thumper Hands it off, Sanders. First down after a rough night. Sanders comes in and closes it. Call him Mariano Rivera. First down and 10, and in their first ever game in the SFL, Nashville goes into the Dragons' house, a team that made the semifinals last year, and will leave victorious. That's an upset no one saw coming.
No kidding. I mean, hats off to James Walters and his staff. Switch thumper playing absolutely lights out. This Nashville Tempo defense playing absolutely lights out. Their linebacker core played great. Their defensive secondary played great. And this was a good overall team win by the Nashville Tempo to get their first ever in the Simulation Football League.
And I'll tell you what, Eric, all around the SFL, teams are taking notice of this result right here, and I think teams are not going to be looking at that Nashville game on their schedule anymore as a game they're just going to roll up and win. They're looking at this as maybe Nashville's a team we're going to have to worry about.
Well, and we talked about it coming into this one. You know, Nashville has had a lot of success in the minor league with the SFL. It did not look like there was really going to be any fall off from these guys. It was going to be tough sledding, obviously, because it always is for a first-year expansion team. But man, oh man, they played absolutely fantastically, and they played together here today, and that's why you see the result out there on the field. Hats off to Nashville, hats off to Thumper, hats off to James Walters.
And that will be the last snap of the game. The final score, the Nashville Tempo wins 17-10 over the DC Dragons in their maiden game here. And for Nashville, a great start for this franchise. They get off to a win. And really, like you said, it was the story of the defense, but also 17 consecutive points they scored, Eric. They let the DC get up early, and then they answered back with 17 straight points. Thumper, hats off to him. He started the game. His first ever pass in the SFL was picked off, and after that, he was lights out. Just an all-around team performance here for Nashville to steal this one.
Yeah, we talked about intestinal fortitude. You know, was he going to have it? You know, was Thumper going to have it? I think he answered that question there. Throws 2 touchdowns in his first ever SFL professional game. The team as a whole forced 3 turnovers against a DC Dragons team that is very, very tough to play against. And they not only won the turnover battle, they won the game. And I think they won the hearts of the SFL so far.
I want to say, too, there wasn't a real good moment in the game for a great breakaway play, but I'm going to have to give it to that first interception there by, I believe, Bradshaw. That will be our breakaway play of the game, brought to you by Breaks GPT, sports memorabilia, breakers, and collectors. You never know whose autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. And what a surprising outcome here. And moving forward, this is certainly going to be a big storyline in the week to come. And what a great start to the season, Eric. I mean, what better game could we have asked for?
I could not have asked for much more. Nashville going to get an early bye week next week, and DC going to have a tough test heading down to the eye of the storm to take on the Florida Storm.
Certainly another big test for him there. That'll wrap things up here. On behalf of Eric Vincent, thank you as always. It was a fantastic job calling the game with you. On behalf of Cam Irvine back in the studio doing all the hard work, making us look good out here, my name is Pete Zaller, and we will see you later, my friend. Take it easy.